All right, 2-year update. Let me give you the complete walk around of what I've done to this Tundra. So 2024 Tundra, $78,000 is what I paid for it. That's tax, tags, title, everything. Had 5 miles on it, and it's currently sitting on about 45,000 miles so far. It's been cross country 3 times. Been off-road with this thing about maybe a dozen times now. But let me start up front here. All right, so got the CBI covert bumper, Badlands 12K winch, Yankum fair lead with a Freedom winch line. You can see it in there. All right, so you're wondering what this little thing is right here. That's a air up, air down system, aka Wi-Fi system. I ran all the lines to each wheel well, and I ran a manifold right there. Inside the engine, I got the AFE goodies, GT momentum intake, inlet tubes, got the hot charge pipes, everything AFE. So that's what I did inside here. All right, you can see that's where I ran some lines. Had to do some modifications to the front here, cut off a bracket right over here in order to get this sucker in. So that's a cheap little LASFIT LED light bar. Underneath, as you can see, did a quick Viper cut. Down low, I got Cyclone rock lights. And there it is. There's one air chuck right there for this passenger front wheel. So don't get it twisted. I was the first one to do that on the Tundra. So real easy. All right, so I'm rocking SES F5s, matte dark bronze. I believe this is a plus 12 on an 18x9, wrapped in a 37 Toyota Tire RT. What I got up top is Total Chaos upper control arms with Fox 2.5s. All right, so this side, I think I got about 35 threads showing. That gives me about 3 inches. On the other side, let me show you. Boom, about 37 threads on here showing. So another 3 inches. Of course, you gotta do that frame horn chop if you want to rock 37s and wheel this thing. Right over here, I missed this. This is my cutoff for the front winch. There it is. All right. Inside, not much inside except the bullet point mount and that quick Midland radio setup. Right in here, some switches, of course, for the front light bar, rear lights. I ran my ARB twin compressor. It's running off this right here, that switch for the doors and lights everywhere. Quick little goodies. I'm not sure where I got that, but I can't remember, but there it is. Westcott Design sliders, 0 degree with the top plate. Again, I can't remember where I got that, but I got my kids' names in back. Right here, quick Amazon cover. All right, there's that F5 in the back. There's that Fox 2.5 shock. You can see the resi right there. Dobinson's sway bar link right there. Back here, we got the Little B's bumper. All right, so Little B's bumper, I like it because it has a rear winch, some lights, and if you want to run this with a hybrid vehicle with blind spot monitoring, this is what you got to do. You just got to drill that sucker into the bumper and everything works just fine. No lights on the dash. Here it is in the rear. I think I got this from Apex All Pro Off-Road. Must need if you kind of do stuff in the back. Quick stuff in here, Badlands jack. All right, so here it is. So here's my ARB twin compressor in the back. Boom, right there. Like I said, hooked up to the lights. And pop this back here. All right, there it is. Real happy with how this bumper came out. Rear winch, again, freedom winch line, Yankum tow point, another Badlands jack right up in there. This is from diodes. I got the diodes right there for the rear lights. Here's for reverse. I added some cyclones right here for reverse as well too. As you can see, more cyclones, a big cyclone fan for rock lights. There's the Badlands. There's my cutoff switch for that Badlands switch. That's where I mounted my ARB compressor. I'll show you that again. Boom, there it is. So, can't remember where I got those mounts, but that's where I mounted it. It's on the other side of that bracket right there. Little girl having fun in the leaves. Say hey, Ava.
Hi.
Nice. Alright. So that was a pain in the butt running that ARB compressor, but it sits nice right up in there. Alright, in the back here, I know I gotta get rid of that exhaust. It looks like a side step now, but I got the RCI treatment down low, diff skid all the way trans to a front skid plate. That's a Dr. KDSS pan hard bar correction kit. Dobinson's rear heavy duty spring. Right there is, you got that. Sumo springs. Rear heavy duty. Little girl's screaming. Lost my train of thought, but that's a bump stop right there from Sumo Springs, so it's a heavy duty one. You can see where I ran all the lines, so that's from my rock lights to the winch to the cable to the air compressor line. Down low, this is where I entered into the cab. You can kind of see right there, that's where I ran all the lines right up in there. Gas tank skid right here. All right, baby girl's seat. Put her name right there. She loves that. So again, here's that setup with the bull point, with the Midland. All right, another look at the Westcott slider. All right, right up in here. Again, let me show you everything down here. You can kind of see the Sumo back there. It's real tiny in blue, but there it is, RCI skid. So that's about it. Kind of ran through everything real fast, but this is my Tundra. 45,000 miles, 2 years of ownership. Been cross country 3 times, down to Florida, to Disney 1 time. I dragged that trailer off-road up in Arizona, Moab, and Virginia. So I appreciate you watching. Let me know if you got any questions. Here's my face. Ava, say what's up.
What's up?
Hey, what's my chair doing out there? Can you put that back in the garage? Silly girl. All right, guys, appreciate you watching. Another look at the Tundra. There you go. And then the 4Runner. All right.